What if one of the most important discoveries in human history didn't make headlines? Not because it wasn't real, but because it was deliberately hidden. In 1947, something crashed in a remote part of the United States. Witnesses described a blinding flash in the sky, followed by a strange metallic wreckage scattered across the desert. At first, it seemed like a routine incident, but the material found at the site told a very different story. Locals who reached the crash site claimed the debris was unlike anything they had ever seen: thin, foil-like sheets that couldn't be torn, lightweight beams that wouldn't break. No matter how much force was applied. Some even said the material could bend and instantly return to its original shape. This wasn't normal metal. This wasn't anything known to science at the time. Within hours, the military took control of the area. Roads were blocked, witnesses were removed, and the entire site was sealed off. The official explanation came quickly. It was nothing more than a weather balloon. Case closed. But for many, that explanation raised more questions than answers. Why such urgency? Why such secrecy? And why were people warned to stay silent? Over the years, pieces of the story began to leak. Former officials hinted that what was recovered was far more advanced than anything publicly known. Some claimed the materials were studied in secret labs, leading to breakthroughs that quietly shaped modern technology. Others suggested something even more unsettling, that the object wasn't built on Earth at all. Decades later, declassified documents added fuel to the mystery. References to unidentified materials and non-terrestrial origin began to surface. While nothing was fully confirmed, the language used in these reports was enough to keep the questions alive. If it really was just a weather balloon, why did it remain classified for so long? This wasn't an isolated case. Similar sightings and unexplained incidents have been reported across North America and beyond. Pilots have encountered objects moving at impossible speeds. Radar systems have tracked things that defy known physics. Each time, the response follows a familiar pattern: investigate quietly, reveal very little, and move on. In recent years, governments have started to acknowledge that some of these encounters are real. Official statements now admit that there are aerial objects that cannot be explained with current technology. That alone is a major shift. But even now, the full story remains out of reach. So what really happened in 1947? Was it a misunderstood experiment, a classified military project, or something far beyond human understanding? The truth is, we still don't know. But one thing is certain: whatever was discovered that year was important enough to control, to hide, and to keep buried for decades. And maybe the most unsettling question isn't what crashed, but why the truth about it still hasn't been fully revealed. Because if the full story ever comes out, it might not just change history. It might change how we see our place in the universe forever.